الله. إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. I'd like to start with praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, my dear brothers in Islam. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given everybody in this world many ni'mas, many blessings. And the blessed ni'mah He could have given anyone is for us to be Muslim and worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this time where He has commanded us. When He says, فَإِذَا قُضِيَتِ الصَّلَاةِ مِنْ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ وَذَرُوا الْبَيْعَ. He says, and when the call for the Salatul Jum'ah is made, like, Jazakallahu khairan for all you brothers who came and fill up the saf early this morning. Because as we know from the etiquette of Jum'ah, is that not only do we come to Jum'ah before the Khatib, he begins speaking, and before he says, right at the moment when he says Salamu Alaikum, we want to be present, because that's when the Malaikas write down the name, and you know for sure your Jum'ah was counted. But as for many people who come later after, may Allah accept them and give them awards for their effort. But we know the etiquette is that you be here prompt and early for Jum'ah, on the time for Jum'ah. Because I guarantee you it's not one person in this room that will be told to do something by Bani Adam, the creation, the people who created like us, told, look, you know, you come meet me over at this time, and just to save faces, we say, to not look like a liar, a cheater, and look like anything else that's derogatory, you're going to show your face up there at that time when you said you were going to show up to keep your name clean. But yeah, we come into the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala halfway. I'm going to put it like that. We come in halfway. We don't come sincerely to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Or else we will know the etiquette and we will know the best way to get our Jum'ah accepted. However, continuing on, a few weeks we spoke about shirk, we spoke about kufr, we spoke about hypocrisy, we spoke about these different diseases that people they have in their heart, and now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He tells us about, and He tells us about the people. Why do we have a whole surah called Suratul Munafiqun, where Allah describes the munafiq, telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they come to you, they say, we bear witness that you the messenger of Allah. But in fact, Allah bears witness that they are liars, that they are lying. So, in fact, the matter is, we know that even in the poetry they say, something becomes clear by its opposite. Allah not only informed us about us for us not to be like them, but to show us their characteristics, so we know not to follow their path and follow their way and be influenced by them. Because as we spoke about previously, hypocrisy is a type of disease. It is worse than AIDS. It's worse than any disease you can catch sexually transmitted, because it's just as contagious as virus. If you sit with a person with that, You will become influenced by it. You will become eventually in some way, and you will get dirt on you as if you were like a dirty person, pretty much. But however, to get into the point at hand, I want to speak now about Nuh alayhi salam, because we spoke about Nuh and we spoke about just briefly about some of his struggle, his da'wah, what he went through, calling his people to believe in Allah, calling his people day and night to tawheed and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to leave the idols. We spoke about that. So, and just to get a reminder, what was we speaking about? How he called his people for 950 years. How he called them to believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when they lost the way. Because as we spoke in previous jum'ahs, that it was 10 generations that was on tawheed. I'm not talking about 10 straight generations from Adam to Noah, but I'm talking about 10 generations among them, that amongst the many generations, it was 10 of them that was on tawheed. But as we spoke, Shaitan came to them and got them to insist and do sins, because people don't know. People like your child does not know evil unless you take them and somebody show them how to do something evil. The rest of the child don't know that. That's what we call curiosity. They curious and they want to learn what it is because they don't know about it. So Shaitan, he took human beings like this and he taught them how to do these different things in stages. He didn't just take them in one progressive stage and turn them into who we are now today, but he took them in stages and taught them about music and different ma'asi that take you away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But nevertheless, that brings us to Noah's time when he was doing his da'wah and calling his people. And we spoke on that briefly, about how he called his people, and even so much so to the fact that they started to tell their children, you see this man? I'm going to warn you about him just as my father warned me about him. So it became like a sunnah amongst them to warn against Noah. That's how much they got perversely and rejected his message. But the story don't end there. As we spoke, his life got endangered and he made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take care of these people, because they weren't going to get nothing but disbelieving people who were going to corrupt everybody in the earth. So this was Nuh's dua. And Allah answered Nuh alayhi salam and saved him and the believers. But I want to talk about one point on that. Nuh alayhi salam had a son. He had a son who, on the day that when Allah answered the dua, and maybe one thing I didn't speak on, and I know I didn't speak on, so I speak on it now, is that Nuh alayhi salam, also another test for him with his people was that he had to build this boat in the middle of like nowhere, a desert where there was no water or nothing. So this also made Nuh alayhi salam look crazy. So people mocked at him and laughed at him. They said, why is this man building a boat in the middle of nowhere? Like, what did he need this boat for? They even laughed at him and mocked at him about this. But that's just a small point to make about another challenge he went through, that he was looked at as a fool even on this point. He's building a boat in the middle of nowhere. But back to about Nuh alayhi salam's son. He told his son on the day that the flood was coming. He told his son, he said, oh my son, come with me, because there will be nothing that can save you this day. And his son said, no, my father, I'm going to go to the mountains, because the mountains, they will save me this day. And Nuh alayhi salam, he even told his son that no, not even the mountains can save you today. But his son did not listen to him. And this made Nuh alayhi salam very, very sad. And he cried to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asked Allah, why this happened to me? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you told me you were going to save my family, and my son is amongst my family. And now he drowned in this flood. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told him that our covenant is not for the wrongdoers. So therefore your son, he may be your flesh and blood, but as far as what he held in his heart, his disobedience, him using his aql to rebel against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's command, and his father is a Nabi, and he still disobeys him. Yeah, he says that he is not a part of your family. Even though he's your blood, he's not a part of your family. And Nuh alayhi salam understood. And Allah tells us, and we spoke about previously, it is not befitting for the believers to seek forgiveness for the mushrikeen, especially when they have died in that state. So, why am I highlighting this point? Why is this important? Why? Because, I don't know, maybe not everybody in the room, but some of us have reverted to Islam. And if we have reverted to Islam, that means, and we are the only ones, for me in my case, I don't know about everybody, that means that your family are not Muslim. So we need to know the understanding on how we should treat them and the etiquette. Because we got a lot of different case scenarios, but I'm just keep it plain and simple pretty much. We got people, when we revert to Islam, when we revert, people don't want to recognize our Islam. They want to say that we are not Muslim. They want to say the only Muslims are the ones who are born into Muslim families, as they say. Well, alhamdulillah, we have no hasad against them, brothers who sisters who Allah bless being born into Muslim families. But that does not make sense when we have Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, we have Umar ibn Khattab, all of them took shahadas. So were their shahadas not accepted too? Who are we to say who this person is shahada accepted and this shahada is not accepted? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lays down the laws in Surah At-Tawbah. فَإِن تَابُوا وَأَقَامُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ. Three rules we have here to accept people who revert to the deen of al-Islam as our brothers in faith. Because not every person that reverts to al-Islam is going to be serious. Just like our brothers who, well, alhamdulillah, blessed, their parents are Muslim, not all of them. Some of them don't practice deen for 20 years. What do you do with a person like that who ain't prayed in 20 years? What do you do with a person like that? What do they do? What do a person do if he ain't prayed in 20 years? Well, it's difference of opinions. Abu Hanifa said that person got to make it up. The most correct opinion, Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, he said that person has to make tawbah to Allah and start praying. But he doesn't have to make it up. So this is real life issues, you know. We're living over here in the West, you know, a lot of, you know, you don't know the situations that's going on people until you actually go visit them. Actually see what's going on. You maybe have a neighbor been living next to you 20 years, been Muslim, and he been Muslim. He ain't never been to a masjid. He ain't never know. He just moved here to make some money from his country. So therefore, he don't know what nothing over here Islamic look like. He don't even know what a Muslim over here look like. We're gonna.